Hello, good people, and welcome back. David Taub here from nextlevelguitar.com, coming to you from San Diego, California. And today we are going to talk a little bit about a very special chord. That's right. You think you can build a lesson around one chord? Oh, we can here at nextlevelguitar.com. The chord we're going to be spending some time on today was made famous by many people, but probably is attached mostly to Jimi Hendrix. In fact, a big segment of the guitar population calls this chord the Jimi Hendrix chord because he's kind of used it in his playing a lot in songs like Purple Haze and many others. And the chord I'm talking about is an E7, well, not E, but it's a 7#9 chord. In certain songs he used it in the key of E, but 7#9 is the chord, and it sounds like this. I'm going to play it in the key of E. Has a very very cool sound. It's a very, very cool chord, and guys use that a lot in rock and blues and alternative, and you'll see this chord a lot. I like using it for a turnaround chord too, and Stevie Ray Vaughan uses it a lot, and it's a really cool chord. And I want to show you, I'm going to bring the camera in a second, I'm going to show you the finger I got close. And you want to think of this chord, if you're soloing, and want to think of it as a minor chord, even though some people might think, well, it's a 7, it's a down. It works best thinking of it as a minor chord. It's an altered chord because you're sharpening the 9. And I was playing it with the root off of the 5th string. So if I take my second finger, my middle finger, and put it on the E note on the 5th string on the 7th fret, that's E, and play the shape, it's an E7#9. Now that's movable. If I bring that whole shape down a whole step to the 5th fret on the A string, that's a D note, it becomes a D7#9. If I move it down again a half step, C#7#9, C7#9, B7#9. Okay, so it's a movable chord, so you can use it in your playing in so many different ways. So for instance, if you, before I roll in to show you the chord, like if I take like an E5 chord, I'm going to go play that to the 7#9, and I'm just going to come up with a little rhythm here, but you can see how this chord has a lot of, it's kind of, how would you characterize that, Tim? It's kind of, has just a very cool kind of edgy, good word, edgy vibe to it, and I really like it a lot. I use it in a lot of my playing. 7#9. Now, if someone tells you that that's a sharp 9 chord, that's incorrect. It's because once you start altering the 9th, and here we're sharpening the 9 of the chord, you have to put the 7 back in the formula. So the theoretically Tourette is the theoretically correct terminology for this chord is 7#9. By the way, my guitar right now is tuned to E flat. So if you're trying to play along with me and you're like playing in standard tuning, you're probably saying, why is that chord? That doesn't sound right. Well, I'm tuned to E flat. In many Jimi Hendrix songs, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Van Halen, so many bands, they tune their guitars down to E flat. That means all 6 strings are tuned down a half a step. So from low to high, you tune your low E to E flat, and then straight down A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. Half a step, E flat tuning. If you don't know how to do that with your tuner, or if you're not sure, go to our website, nextlevelguitar.com. In the tuning section we have, and in the beginner section we have lessons on tunings and drop tunings and different types of tunings.
Well, David, I got a bunch of emails. I don't know if a lot of people know that chord videos are all free on our site, and they've got the fingerings laid out. I just saw an email where they said, can you show me the fingerings, and we have the fingerings on there. That's all free.
It's all free, that's right. On our website, nextlevelguitar.com, if you go to the site, you'll see in the main taskbar, top right, it'll say chord library. Click on that, and the drop-down box will open up, and you'll see things like open position major, open position minor, dominant 7th chords, minor 7th. All free. Then you'll see bar chords off the A string. Go to that one, even though this is technically not a bar chord, or other miscellaneous chords, and you'll see the close-up fingering for this 7#9 chord. And you can just go there. It's all free. What a great resource, man. I wish I had that when I was starting out my guitar journey 20 years ago. And it's videos up close where I'm showing you each note and all the intervals in them. So take this chord, and I want you to get creative with it and start banging it around. Remember, when you're soloing over it, treat it like a minor chord. So let's just say I'm going to take an E fifth, and I'm very Stevie Ray Vaughan-ish type style. I'm really going to attack the strings, okay? I'm playing out of my neck pickup. Neck pickup, totally clean, through a little Fender practice amp, clean, set up clean. Then I'll go to the E sharp 9, and what I like doing with the E sharp 7 sharp 9 is I like moving it around like a half step in each direction. And I just try to create rhythms with it. Anything, try to build melody in my head. That's how this crazy brain works. But I want you to try to do it, to get creative with it. Set a metronome or a drum beat and just start playing off of it, and soon you'll come up with a cool rhythm. I'm just going to make this up. I have no idea what's going to come out, but sometimes...
Oh, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom's making stuff up.
Sometimes that's the best stuff. So
That's good, though.
yeah, so give me a couple seconds here to lock something in, but I'm going to take that chord, so I'm just going to make something up. All right, let's see what comes up out of here. And I'm just going to take maybe E fifth, and I'll be banging a lot off of the low E string, which is tuned to E flat, and playing this 7 sharp 9 chord and moving it in half step increments. Maybe something like, I don't know. So you see, I'm already starting to kind of get like a vibe. And then during the verse of the song, maybe I would cut it back a little bit so I don't step on the vocals. Maybe something like... all that just with that 7 sharp 9 and an E fifth chord. Again, I'm just kind of making this up as I go along. Use that, and then maybe I'll go to, this time maybe I'll play like a, you know, you could throw it in simple progressions that you know already, like 1, 4, 5 progressions. You might get something like, and again, I'm bouncing off that low E string, then I'm hitting this 7 sharp 9 chord. You get this. And then I want to go to the B chord. So stay on. So get bouncing and feel that rhythm. Now we're going to go to the A chord. To the B. So all I was doing there was I was just playing like a 1, 4, 5. I was playing E, B, and A. And then on the E chord I was playing that E7 sharp 9. And then moving it a half step. That's what's cool about these like 7th and 9th and sharp 9 chords, is you can move them a half step back and forward, and they always sound kind of cool. So I want you to mess around, go to our chord library, and you can see this chord up close and personal. 7 sharp 9, I did a lot tonight in the key of E. Remember, move it around, D, C, B.
Lessons on 1, 4, 5.
And we do have lessons on our website on exactly how to play a 1, 4, 5 progression. If you don't know what that is, you definitely want to check that out.
That's kind of a basis for a lot.
Yeah, 1, 4, 5 is like, most music is kind of basically 1, 4, 5 based, whether it be, you know, rock or blues or country, pop, some jazz. You know, most music is really based off that 1, 4, 5, except classical, really. And we have a lot of songwriting lessons too that you can check out on both. We have some free ones on YouTube and also on our website, where we talk about the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord, and why they're so important and why they sound so good together. All right? We'll see you in the next lesson. Take care. David Taub here. Rock on!
Rock on!